All right, hello and welcome back to a session of Fit Essentials Basics. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. We're going to start seated today, and we're going to be using our long band in the first series. So if you have a long band, go ahead and grab it and go ahead and meet me in the chair. We will also be doing some step-ups today. So if you have a little step stool, staircase, I'm going to be using this rock here for some step-ups. That will be in our second series. But first, go ahead and come into a seated position. You're going to adjust yourself so you're sitting right up on your sit bones. You want to sit nice and tall. Draw those shoulders back, and we're going to do our breathing to start. So it's like our seated cat-cow or happy cat, angry cat. Those hands on the bottom of the knees. We're going to start with a nice gentle exhale. So you're going to draw the belly into your spine. Bow your head down towards your chest. Roll those shoulders forward as you breathe out. And then when you're ready to breathe in, lift the chest, draw the shoulders back, slide the hands up the thighs. Very good. And then we'll reverse that. Exhale, arms slide down, shoulders draw forward, head pulls down and in. Try to breathe in through the nose, slide those hands back up, gently lift your head to the sky. Let's go 2 to 3 more times. Nice long exhale as you pull the belly in towards the spine. Reach those arms out. And then a nice deep cleansing breath in. As you lift your head, if you're inside, you want to look up to where the wall meets your ceiling. And then exhale, looking down towards your belly button. 1 or 2 more. Deep breath in. Just try to squeeze those shoulders back, broaden through the chest. Final time on that exhale. Breathe out just a little bit longer than normal. Pull that chin in towards the chest. Get a nice stretch on the back of the neck as well. And as you breathe in again, just sit up nice and tall. Very nice. And then from here, we're just do a little seated side stretch. So one hand kind of rests on the thigh. You can put it on the hip. Other hand reaches up and across. Peering up at that hand. We're going to go 3 times on the one arm. So as you come down, pull the elbow back down. You can even lean towards that arm and then reaching up and across. Looking up. Good. Breathe in as you pull that elbow down towards your side, bending towards that arm, and then lift up nice and tall. Exhale as you reach across, peering up to that hand. Fantastic. Same thing on the opposite side. So again, we can either rest the hand on the thigh, place the hand on the hip. Hand comes up to the shoulder, starting with that reach across, gently exhale, peering up, drawing it down and in, inhale, leaning over towards that side. Good, twice more, sitting tall, breathing out. Wonderful, great reach, Shirley, reaching over. Breathe in, bringing it down. Final time on this side, sit tall, breathe out. Across. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna work through our mid-back next. So go ahead and grab that band. We're doing our seated row. We're gonna be doing 45 seconds of work here. So you're gonna place the band around 1 foot. Draw the shoulders back. You're gonna start with the palms facing down towards the floor. And then when you're ready, you're gonna pull the elbows back behind you, rotate the palms up towards the ceiling. And then breathe in as you reach out, stretching your arms straight out in front. Exhale as you row. Pull those elbows back. Good. Breathe in, reach forward. Exhale, draw back. Sitting nice and tall. Similar breathing style that we are warming up with. If you can breathe in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. About 10 seconds left. Stretch it out, draw it back. It's great practice to pause in that back position because that's where we really make the most out of this exercise. After you finish that rep, go ahead and release. Keep the band nearby. We're going to use it once more, but next we're going to switch it up, stay seated, and we're going to do our left knee to the right elbow. So sitting up nice and tall, you're going to mirror me. So see if it's your right arm, I'm going to raise my left arm up, kind of hold that arm up at 90 degrees. And then sitting as tall as you can, when you're ready, you're going to lift your left leg up and pull the elbow towards that opposite knee. as you breathe out, ideally. And then breathe in, sit nice and tall. You can use that opposite hand to kind of hold on. You can support yourself on the seat of the chair. If you have an armrest, you could also hold on to that. Drawing that elbow and knee across the body, seeing how close you can come to making contact. As you sit tall, pull that elbow back behind your torso and then drawing it up and across. That's 30 seconds. We're going to go about another 10 to 15. Breathe in, sit or stand tall. Breathe out, draw it up and together. Last one. And rest. Great job. In between sides, we can do our seated forward fold. So sit up nice and tall. You can walk the feet out just a little bit. Start the hands on the thighs. Pull that belly in towards the spine. Bow the head down. Go ahead and slide the hands down towards the feet. Reaching out as far as you feel comfortable. When you get to that bottom position, pull that chin in and let's take about 2 breaths, 1 or 2 breaths into your back. On that next inhale, gradually slide the hands back up the legs, coming back up to seated. Fantastic. And then we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So we did your left leg and right arm. Now we're going to work your left arm. So it'll be my right and your right leg. Oh my goodness, I'll get it together here. So sitting up nice and tall when you're ready. Bringing that knee up as you bring that elbow across. Breathing in as you come back to sitting tall, pull the elbow back behind. Then we're going to exhale as we draw it up and across. So we're working our midline here a little bit, working our hip flexors, and working our brain. Anytime we bring one side of the body across the other side of the body, it gets one side of the brain talking to the other side of the brain. I want to keep that connection going. Nice deep cleansing breaths. Breathe in peace, exhale stress. Very good. About one more time now, sitting tall, draw it down and in. And 2, 1, and rest. Great job. All right, if your water glass is nearby or water bottle, grab a quick drink, and then we're gonna do that one more time through. We'll start back with our seated row with the band. And on this second round, if anybody does want to come up to standing for that knee to elbow, you can. I'm going to go ahead and demo from seated today. We'll get started here in about 15 seconds. So if you're not in position with your band yet, go ahead and put it around one foot. Draw those shoulders back. Starting with those arms reaching straight out in front of your body, palms down towards the floor. And then when you're ready, exhale. Rotate the palms up and then draw those elbows back behind you. Pause in that back position for about a 2 count or so, and then reach it out and in. Palms rotate down. Breathing out as you pull it back. Breathing in as you reach forward. Make sure you're not shrugging those shoulders high into the ear. So think long neck here, broad chest. And we also tend to lose the head and neck forward. So really focus to pull the chin in and think about someone's kind of lifting your head straight up towards the sky. Go about one more. Breathe in, reach forward, exhale, squeeze it back in, and we'll hold for 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. We're all done with that band for now. So go ahead and just set it to the side. You can either come up to standing for the knee to elbow or stay with me here in the chair. So sitting or standing tall, going to bring one arm out to the side. Oh, we're going to do this side. So your right arm to the left leg. 2, 1, here we go. Breathe in, sit or stand tall, pulling that elbow back behind, then lifting it up, drawing it forward. Wonderful. Get that knee to come up as high as you can, pulling that elbow across. And then as you sit tall, open through that chest. It gets a little bit of a stretch, a nice opening here as you pull that elbow back behind you. Just over 30 seconds in. Couple more times. Pull that belly in towards the spine as you draw that knee up. Final one. and release. Great job. Either a standing forward fold or our seated forward fold. We're going to go up and down to that toe touch twice this time. So sit tall, hands on the thighs, or stand tall. Bow the head down, slide the hands down, reaching down for those toes. When you get down there, let's just go one breath this time. Nice deep breath into the back. Try to expand the ribs. Exhale, see if your body wants to reach a little bit farther. On the next inhale, slide back up. Coming up to seated or standing. And then one more time, same thing. Sit tall or stand tall, draw the belly in. Bow the head down, sliding down the legs. One breath when you get down there. And then when you're ready, gradually come on up. Fantastic. All right, let's balance it out with that opposite arm. So now we go oh my goodness, my right's and left this morning. So I'm on my right arm up in the air. Should be your left arm to the opposite knee. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Pull it up and across. Open. Exhale as we close it down. Get the air out of the lungs. It's going to just make more space for you to lift that knee up and pull that elbow down and in, just like when we do our mid-back mobility and stretching. Elbow pulls back as far as you can. Great job, Shirley. Up, down, and in. Pull it across. Lift and sit tall. It's our second and final time through this movement. Wonderful. Let's get about twice more. Pulling it in. Lifting that knee as high as you can. And final one. Breathing out, drawing it down. Breathing in, sitting or standing tall. Wonderful. Rest those arms down. And then let's just either standing or seated. Circle that head around 2 to 3 times. Very nice. When you're ready, go ahead and switch directions of those neck circles. Never forcing through the neck, just gently moving through that range of motion. 2 to 3 times there. Very good. All right, if you are in the chair with me here, go ahead and come on up to your feet. Join me standing. All right, we've got our step ups in this next portion. We're going to work on some of our hinging motion next. But first, let's grab a drink of our water. All right. And then before we go into that forward bending motion, to those of you that are just standing up for the first time this session, let's just give a little bit of rotation through the torso with a nice soft bend in the knees. We're just gently rotating through this torso. If you feel comfortable, turn the head and neck as well. You can rotate, turn the head, kind of peer over that shoulder, and then switch directions. A couple more each way. Breathing as you move. And shake it out. Very good. Next, you're going to walk your feet in. Check in with your toes. We've got all 10 toes pointing straight forward. And now we want to check in with what's going on with our pelvis and our low back position. So if you put your hands on your hips, if your hips are rocked forward, I want you to rock those hips back so you're nice and neutral through the midline. Very good. From here, soft bend in your knees. Yeah. And now we're going to bring those arms up and across, our little I Dream a Genie arms. Chest nice and tall. And then when you're ready, we're going to practice our good mornings or our forward bow. So long spine here as you send your hips back. Raise those elbows up. Help encourage that chest to stay tall. Back to stay flat, and then push through your feet. Come back up to standing and relax the arms down to your chest. Squeeze your glutes, that's your tush. Breathing in, soft bend your knees, bowing forward. Send those hips back behind you, long spine. Very good. Push the feet, relax the arms down, squeeze the booty. Wonderful, let's go about 3 more times. Breathing in, sending those hips back. Raise those arms up. Good, and then exhale as you stand tall. Fantastic, twice more. As you raise the arms up, see if you can kind of just slightly pull that chin in so that you don't overextend the neck. Excellent. Standing tall and final time. Nice deep breath, long spine. Good job. Setting it back and all the way up. Awesome job. Relax those arms down. We've got our step ups next. So if you have your step stool around, you're going to want to use that. Oftentimes it's great if you can have like somewhere to support as well. I'm going to be utilizing this rock this morning, so I don't have anything to support on, but nonetheless, whatever size of a step you have, you want to get as much of your foot up there as you can. So if you can get your heel and your whole foot there, that's fantastic. Reach those arms out or support those arms. And when you're ready, you're going to drive that foot down, come all the way up to standing, and then keep that foot on the box as you step the other one back. Both feet come off your step, and then we're going to stay all on that same side. So I didn't say it, but you should be working your non-dominant side first. If you know one side is more challenging than the other, go ahead and work with that foot first. We're going to have a minute to practice this. You're going to drive that heel. Watch the position of your knee. So often we have our knee that will drop down and in when we're climbing stairs. Sometimes not on the step up, but sometimes on the step down. So we want to push that big toe down and watch from that knee diving in. Whew, standing tall. Pull all the way through. Yep, you got it, Shirley. Eyes up, chest up. Good. Fully extend the hips. And we talked about the knee. We also want to pay attention to the midline and the hips. So you want to pull the belly in, lift through the hips. Oftentimes those hips will tend to kick out. So use your core. Last time here. Nice big step up, pulling through. Keep your chest up. Very good. And come on down. Take note of which foot you are stepping up with, because we're going to practice our balance a little bit in between legs with our sway. So need me back to center. Walk your feet a little bit wider this time. So we're going to have a nice wide base stance. Bring those arms out to the sides, and then ever so slightly, you're going to sway your body to one side, lifting up, squeeze those shoulders back, and then in between sides, rest the arms down, and then lift up, shifting your weight to that opposite leg. Beautiful. Arms rest down, and then raise up, squeeze those shoulders back, spread the fingers. Wonderful. Breathe in as you come down, and then exhale as you raise up. Shift your weight to the other side. Good. And right now I'm keeping contact with both feet on the ground, but I am coming off my heel on the side I'm swaying away from. If you want that extra challenge, you can go onto one leg, lift that foot off the ground, feel like you're flying. Let's get about one more on each side. Lift up. Shoulders squeeze back, sway to one side, and then balance it out. Down and up. Beautiful. And rest. Good job. All right, shake it out. We're going to go back to the step ups, this side with your more dominant leg. So when you're ready, make your way over to your step. And just some reminders of what we talked about last time. Chest nice and tall, eyes up. When you lift that foot, as much of your foot on that step as you can. So when you're ready, go ahead and join me. Here we go. Drive that foot straight down. You want to push down into that step, pull yourself tall, and then we're going to keep that same foot on the step as the opposite foot steps off. Both feet come off in between, and then back to it. Same foot. We're going to have another 45 seconds practicing this side. This is our first of 2 rounds. Foot up, drive that foot into the step, all the way up to standing. Good job. So we're paying attention to the alignment of the knee, making sure it's not diving in on us, and keeping our hips as level as we can, not letting them kick out on us. Good. We're just over halfway, about 30 seconds left. Standing tall. Good, Shirley. Practice opening those hips all the way. Way to stand up tall. Coming off, reaching out or holding on. Pulling through. Wonderful. Let's get about one more time. Coming off your step, lift the knee, lift the foot, set it down, and pull on up. Very good. Watch that knee as you step off. Sometimes that's when it's more likely to drop in. And come off and rest. All right. Instead of the sway this time, we're going to do our little bit of side stretch sway here. So you're going to reach one hand to the opposite thigh, and the other hand's going to reach up to overhead. Just going to shift the weight slightly on your feet, reaching across, palm up towards the ceiling, or the hand reaching across, and just find that rhythm here flowing through one side and then the other. Wonderful. If you feel steady on your feet, the hand reaching up to overhead, see if you can peer up at that hand. Good. One more time each way. And rest. Very good. Let's grab a drink of water. And then we're going to go one more time through that series, starting back with our good mornings. Or actually, if you feel comfortable to do a little bit of some deadlift practice with us, then we're going to pick a little bit of weight up off the ground. If you don't feel ready for that, then just repeat that good morning. So I'll just demo the good morning because I'm going to be doing the deadlifts with the group, bowing forward, standing tall. That's going to be the movement concept for the deadlift. So if you do have a light dumbbell, detergent bottle, something that you can hold some weight, we're going to hold with two hands and we're going to bring it right between our legs. And you're going to walk your feet just outside the hips. Make sure your belly is drawn in, shoulders drawn back. Start standing tall here. Very good. And with a soft bend in the knees, you're going to practice sending those hips back, keeping that weight close to your body as you lower it down right between your legs, right between your feet. And then you'll push through your feet, squeeze the glutes, standing tall. And then again, long spine, hold those shoulders back, squeezing those shoulder blades together. That's going to help keep that weight close to you. Push the feet, engage those glutes as you stand all the way up. Good. Breathing in as you bow forward, pushing your knees out slightly. If you have any tension in that low back as you lower your way down, maybe don't go all the way to the floor. You can always shorten that range of motion a little bit. Because sometimes if our hamstrings are fairly tight, that's going to impact how our low back functions. One more time, bowing forward, push through your feet, squeeze those glutes, standing nice and tall. Very good. And then we'll just set that weight down. So use your mechanics. That's what we're practicing, is how to set something down on the ground. But set the weight down and make your way over to the step. We'll start here in about 10 seconds. Non-dominant leg, so the leg that gives you more challenge. That's going to be the first one that we put our effort towards. Eyes up, chest up. When you're ready, pick the foot and knee up. Place as much of your foot on your step as you can. Reaching out or holding on. And here we go. Fully extend those hips, standing tall. Good job. And then either hold on or reach out as you come back down. Depending upon your comfort with this movement, if you're kind of getting the hang of it and feel like you want to move a little bit faster, you can go ahead and do so. Just make sure you watch the mechanics. So we don't want to move fast and then have our knee dropping in, our hip kicking out. Want to keep all of that nice and steady. Focus on it too. You're driving through your heel, but you also want to push that big toe down. That's going to help activate those arches that we have in our feet. When we activate the arches of our feet, it's going to help support what's happening at the ankle. And then that has a trickle effect up our body. The ankle supports the knee supports the hip supports our spine. Last time, everyone. Eyes up, chest up, pulling through, controlling down. And rest. Great job. All right, if you remember where we were last time, we're coming back to our sway. So meet me in the center of your mat, center of your area. Feet walk a little bit wider. Draw your belly in. Raise those arms up to the side, squeezing those shoulders back. And then here we go, shifting our weight to one side, lifting up. Good, in between sides, relax those arms down, bend the knees a bit, and then raise up, shift your weight the other way. Awesome, good, breathe in, lower down, and then breathe out, lift, squeeze the shoulders back, spread the hands nice and wide. Very good. Halfway through, find that flow, and we're trying to pause in this outstretched position. Good, down and up. Hi, Moose. over and up. 15 more seconds. Go one more time on each side. Raising up. Coming down and balancing it out. Other side. Very good. All righty. We've been a little mischievous this morning trying to play get away from his people. All right, we got to balance out our step up. So we're coming back to our step on your more dominant leg. This will be our last set of step ups. We'll start here in about 10 seconds. Chest nice and tall. So with your more dominant side, pick that knee up, place as much of your foot on that step as you can. And here we go. Driving through that heel, pulling through the toes, all the way up, and then stepping it back. Good. And just like last time, heel pushes down, big toe pushes down, trying to find some awareness. Trying to feel into that foot. Avoiding to have that, not letting that knee drop in. So most common thing we see, knee dropping in, hips kicking out. We want to use our body to prevent all of that. We are halfway through our minutes. Up, reach, stand tall, back and down. Fantastic. 15 seconds left. Place it down, pull it through, stepping off, and 3, 2, 1. When you finish that rep, go ahead and rest. Very nice. All right, meet me in the center. We're just gonna do our little willow tree movements here. Nice soft bend in the knee, a little bit of rotation through the torso. So you can allow the head to rotate as well, just gently turning the head and neck, looking over that shoulder. Excellent. All right. And then next, we're going to do some mobility through the hips and the spine. We call it our reach and rotate. So I'm going to use the seat of this chair. You can also use a tabletop quite well. So I'm going to walk up to my chair, leave about 1 to 2 feet distance between. My feet are hip width apart. I'm going to draw the abdomen in so we're not arching the low back. With a nice soft bend the knee, let's take your right hand, spread the hand wide, place it down either on your tabletop or the seat of the chair. And then you're going to take your left hand, reach it out to the side, and then you're going to reach underneath your right arm, touching the right knee with your left hand. And then with a nice straight arm, you're going to reach that arm back out to the side, try to come up to overhead and pivot slightly through your hips to follow that hand. Good. So we breathe in, reach across and underneath that opposite arm. And then we breathe out, lifting up out of that downside shoulder, follow that hand, pivot that right hip a little bit. One more time, breathe in, reach across that opposite knee. And then breathe out. Nice straight arm, reaching up. Wonderful. And release. In between sides, let's come on up to standing. We're going to do our behind the back stretch in between sides. So keep a nice wide base stance. Continue to have that nice soft bend the knee, midline strong. Interlace those hands behind you. And if you can't get those hands behind you, you can grab onto that band and use that band to pull them as close as you can. Make sure we don't arch the back here. So ribs drawn down as the arms raise up. And then if you want to add that forward fold, you can. Knees are bent, send the hips back, and just lift those arms straight up to over top of your torso. Holding strong in the legs and the belly. Breathe a couple times here in the back of the rib cage. After that next inhale, go ahead and come all the way up to standing. Relax those arms down. Shake it out. And then we're going to balance ourselves out on the opposite side. So make your way back to your table or to the chair. Keep the feet about hip width apart. Midline strong. As you bow forward, this time it's going to be your left hand. Spread those fingers nice and wide as you support down onto that seat. And then you're going to reach your right arm out to the side, reaching across or underneath your left arm towards that left knee. And then with a nice straight arm, you're going to sweep it out, pivot your hips as you follow that hand with your eyes. Good. Twice more. Breathe in as you reach across that opposite knee. Try to make contact there and then breathe out. Pivot that left foot to let that hip pivot. Good job. One more time. Breathing in, reaching across. Spread those fingers as wide as you can as you keep that arm long. Even let that hand stretch back behind you, bending at the wrist. And then unwind, come back to neutral, and stand it up. Great job. All right, grab a drink. And we're gonna take a moment in the chair. We're gonna stretch our hips, and then we have one more circuit. We will be using our bands again, so make sure you have it nearby. But first, be back in the chair. All right. So we're going to do our cross body reach and forward fold here. So sit up nice and tall. You're going to take one hand, pick it up. You're going to reach across, grab onto the opposite knee on the outside. That same side hand can either grab onto the seat of the chair, or if you have a handle on your chair, pull the belly in, slide the hand down the outer aspect of your calf, pulling the chin in towards the chest. Just like our forward fold, we don't want to force anything. Just breathe into wherever you feel that tension. It's usually the opposite side, the side you're reaching away from. One more breath here. On that next inhale, come on back up to seated. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So you're going to raise the hand up, sitting up nice and tall. Reach the hand across the knee, pull the belly in, bow the head down, and slide the hand down the outside of that leg. And then breathe here. Got 2 nice deep breaths into the back side of the rib cage. Wherever you feel that tension on the next inhale, you can push into the seat of the chair as well, sliding back up. Wonderful. And then we're going to stretch the triceps and our upper body from seated. So you're going to raise one arm straight up in the air, pull the chin in, draw the abdomen back in. Think about trying to scratch your back here. So you're going to bend that elbow. Watch so you don't lose that head forward. So chin in, and then we're going to reach around, try to grab that elbow, and then just slightly pulling it back behind you. Keep the chest nice and tall. Keep pulling that chin in, pulling the elbow back. And if you feel stable here, you can add just a very gentle side bend, bending away from the arm that you're stretching. Breathing in, come back to the top. We'll do that twice more. Gently exhale as you bend away. Inhale. If you feel a little unstable, you can put your feet a little bit wider. And one more time, gently exhale as you bend to the side. And release those arms down. Very good. In between sides, reach your arms straight up in front of your body. Spread the fingers wide, reaching them up to overhead. And then lower them back down. If you have space, you can kind of push the palms back behind you at your sides. And we're going to do that twice more. Breathe in, raise those arms up. Keeping the shoulders down out of your ears on this one. And then exhale. Lower those arms down. I have to go a little wide with my hands, so I've got some arm rests here. One more time. Breathe in, raise up. And breathe out, lower down. Fantastic. All right, let's balance out that upper body with the tricep stretch on the opposite arm. Chin in, belly in, arm reaches up. Scratch the back with this arm, bending that elbow, reaching behind you. Very good. Drawing that chin as you reach around. Pulling that elbow back. Welcome back, Moose. Readjust at the feet as needed. Pull the chin in. Just staying tall here at first. And if this is very challenging for you, which is common, we get really tight in our upper body to open up here, then just stay here and breathe. If you want to add that side bend, you can just very gently lean away from the side you're stretching on that exhale. Breathe in, come back to center. Draw that chin in, sit tall again, and twice more. Gently exhale with that side bend. Breathe in, sit tall, and final time. Gently exhale. And release. Fantastic. All right, we're going to do our squat next. So go ahead, if you can, either push through the legs to come on up or reach those arms straight out and pull yourself up, pushing those knees out. Good job. I'm going to use the chair here today for this first set. You have something to hold on to. If it's tough for you to squat, that's going to help you to keep that nice upright torso. So here we're going to set the feet about hip width apart. I'm going to hold on to my chair. I have just a gentle toe out with my feet. Help open up those hips a bit more. And then when you're ready, you're going to send your hips back. Push your knees wide, keeping that eyes up and chest up. Coming down as far as you're confident. And then you want to think about using your arms as needed, but I want you to focus on pushing down into the floor. Generate that force to stand tall. And then we'll slowly hold on, send those hips back, push your knees wide. Heels stay planted, and also try to keep the toes pushing down too. I like to focus on my big toe. Those smaller ones tend to follow suit. Very good. We're gonna take another 30 seconds here. Knees push out, hips go back, eyes stay up. Awesome job. Drive into the feet, come all the way up. Let's go about 2 more times. Sending back, reaching those arms out in front. If you're not holding on, help invite that chest to stay tall. Relax those arms down when you stand. Final time. Arms reach out or holding on, knees push wide. Great job, Shirley. Eyes up. And then all the way up to standing. Awesome work. All right. We've got our mountain climbers next. I'm going to use the back of the chair here. You can use a tabletop. The lower your hands, the harder it's going to be. So make sure you're nice and neutral through the belly. Place one hand under each shoulder. Kind of lean into that surface. And then keeping your hips nice and level here. When you're ready, you're going to draw one knee up, lift the foot and toes, place it down, and then the other side. So we're supporting on the upper body, and then we're marching our legs. It's called an elevated mountain climber. Our arms are elevated. And we're marching, we're climbing that invisible mountain. Think about exhaling as you draw the knee up. You get a little bit off on your breathing, it's okay. Just the focus or the key is to not hold your breath. So just find a rhythm. We've got about 15 seconds left. You want to try to keep your hips as level as you can as you move through here. And then focus your gaze right between your hands. Your neck stays nice and neutral. Awesome. One more on each leg. And come off those arms. Awesome job. All right, as I mentioned, we're going to use that band one more time. So if your band is nearby, go ahead and grab it. If you don't have a band to work with, just mirror this motion best you can. We're doing our band pull aparts. Okay, and we're going to go a supinated position. So rotate the palms up towards the sky. Hold the band right in your hands here. You're going to bring your little fingers together with the arms out in front of your body. Squeeze the back side of the body, so squeeze your glutes, and then pull that band apart, keeping the shoulders down out of the ears. Breathe in as you bring your little fingers together in front of your body, and then exhale as you squeeze the shoulders back behind you. Good job. Breathe in, reaching in front. Exhale, pull it wide. There you go, good. Breathe in. One thing you want to watch, we don't want to rotate the shoulders forward, so think broad chest. Let's go about 2 more times. Breathe in, close it forward, and exhale, pull apart. Final one. Engage the belly, engage the glutes, and pull that band apart, and rest. Wonderful. All right, set it down. Let's grab a drink of water. We're going to go through that circuit one more time, and then that will complete our session. Obviously, you know, I'll stretch you out at the very end. All right, after you grab that drink, we're going to go back to our squats first. So you can do it exactly how we did the first round, or, you know, if you're ready to kind of move away from the chair, you can practice without the chair, reaching those arms out. That's how I'll demo it for us. So set those feet about hip width apart, a gentle toe out. And when you're ready, we'll start to keep the chest tall. Knees push out as those hips send back. Look straight forward. Very nice. Find that rhythm here. Sitting back and down. Chest tall. and then standing all the way up. Wonderful. Breathing in as you lower down. Make some space for those hips to sit back and down. And then rest those arms down as you stand all the way up. Very good. We're over halfway. About 2 more times. Breathe in, reach out. Knees push back, push out, all the way up. Final time, friends. Draw the belly in as those hips go back. And then drive straight into the floor. Come all the way up to standing. Wonderful. All right, back to those elevated mountain climbers. Using the chair, the wall, your tabletop, countertop, one hand on each shoulder. We want to make sure we don't let those hips drop down and in here. So keep those hips level to the shoulders. And when you're ready, exhale as you draw that knee up. You pull that knee up, it tends to compress our diaphragm a bit. So we want to blow that air out. Breathing in as you set that foot all the way down, alternating sides. Good. Hips should be nice and level to the shoulders. Try to keep your focus so you're looking straight between those hands. Good. 30 seconds done. We're going to go another 15 here. Keep pulling that midline in. No arching the spine. Wonderful. Nice strong arm position. About 1 more time on each foot. 2, 1, and rest there. Great job. All right, we're going to finish with those pull aparts. And this time, instead of palms up, we're going to go palms down. So we'll go our opposite position of the hands. Take a nice relaxed grip on the band. Feet about hip width apart, standing nice and tall. Palms down towards the floor. And then when you're ready, pull that band apart. Bring those little fingers, or not little fingers, bring your index fingers together. Shoulders down out of those ears as you squeeze it back behind you. Breathe in, reach in front. Exhale, pull back. Very good. Still engaging that midline, engaging the glutes. Just try to squeeze the booty. Good job. Let's go about 2 or 3 more. Pulling it apart, everything nice and strong, and bring it back together. Good. Final time. And rest there. Wonderful job. Go ahead and keep that band in your hand. Reposition the feet a bit, and then we're going to just use this band to bring it up and overhead, a little bit back behind you. A nice opening through the chest and shoulders, and then back down to your thighs. Nice long arms. We do that twice more. As you bring it up to overhead on the second time, we're going to give a little side bend for the body, just slightly. I have a nice slight bend in the knees, and I'm just bending my body to the side, trying to laterally flex through your torso. Wonderful. 1 or 2 times each way, then bring the band back down, give those shoulders a break. And on the final time, you'll raise that band up to overhead, and now instead of side bending through our torso, we're going to rotate. Soft bend those knees. As you turn the torso, look over one shoulder. Breathing in, back to center. Same thing, other direction. Just slightly rotate, turn the torso, turn the head and neck. Breathe in, back to center. Final time each way. If you need to give a break on the shoulders, take it down. And balance yourself out. And rest it down from there. Wonderful job. Going to roll those shoulders back. Let's grab a drink of water and meet me in the chair. We're going to open up our hips with that seated figure 4. And then we'll do our little cool down stretch of breathing for the shoulders. All right. So go ahead and come to a seated position. You want to sit up right on those sit bones. Draw the shoulders back. We'll go glute stretch into that figure 4. So interlace the hands in front of the shin. Draw those shoulders back as you hug that leg in, and then we're looking to try to cross this foot over that opposite knee. You can reposition the hands here, and then hug that leg in, pulling it towards your opposite shoulder. Great time to close your eyes and just breathe for about 3 nice deep breaths. All the while, shoulders back and down, hugging that leg across. You want to get a little bit of a stretch here on the outer part of the glute. When you're ready there, release the hands. See if you can keep your foot across the knee there. If you can, grab the ankle, and the opposite hand's going to just gently place it on the knee or same side of the body. And then sit up nice and tall. Close those eyes again. And we're going to spend about 20 seconds here in this figure 4 posture. Should be a gentle opening for that outer hip. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. On that next breath in, let's make our way out of this figure 4. Lift that leg up, gently set it down, and then same thing opposite side. Starting with that glute stretch. You're gonna lift that leg up, interlace those hands, try to get that foot to cross the opposite knee, and then we're gonna reposition the hands on the outer aspect of the knee. Sitting as tall as I can, I'm gonna draw the shoulders back, just like when we did our banded rows at the start of the class. Gently close the eyes. We'll go 2 to 3 cycles of breathing here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And when you're ready, same side hand looks to try to grab that ankle, reposition that foot on the thigh. Opposite knee lowers, or same side knee lowers down. Gently place that hand on the knee. And 20 seconds here. Close the eyes and breathe. Try to breathe in peace. Exhale, stress. Breathe in love. Exhale any frustration. One more time. On that next inhale, make your way out of that position. Feet flat on the ground. Go ahead and sit up nice and tall, and we're going to do our final 3 breaths together. It's going to give our shoulder shrugs on the inhale. Elevate those shoulders up and into the ears. Palms rotate forward, and exhale. Depress those shoulders down, broad chest. Good. Inhale, love. Exhale, stress. Inhale, peace. And exhale all that worry. Very good. All right, friends, thanks so much for being here. If you got a water glass nearby, go ahead and finish that water. Anything else that your body might be asking for, go ahead and move it around just a little bit. Moose is going to come over and say hello, and I'm going to use that time to get a hold of him because he's been playing chase all day today. All right, everybody, stay hydrated, stay happy, and we'll look to see you next time.